Viewers, we remain reporting on this massive Maharashtra political crisis which is escalated, and how? Because Eknath Shinde has released visuals of himself surrounded by a sea of MLAs. There are 42 MLAs of the Shiv Sena, is what we believe, in the Shinde camp in Guwahati at the Radisson Blu Hotel. They were holding a meeting there till just a short while back, and they have now broken for lunch. Piyush is reporting for us from the Radisson Blu in Guwahati, but it is very clear that there are over 40 MLAs with Eknath Shinde simply from the Shiv Sena. Apart from that, he also has independents with him. Meanwhile, at Matoshri, there were only 13 MLAs who remain loyal to Uddhav Thackeray, who until recently was in control of the Shiv Sena. But now, and especially since yesterday, it appears more and more that it is Eknath Shinde who is currently at the helm of what is the larger legislative faction of the Shiv Sena, and that he is the one who can possibly call the shots right now. Meanwhile, we saw last night how the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray, he remains at the moment, had vacated the Varsha Bungalow, which is the official residence of the Chief Minister, and he had returned to the Thackeray home of Matoshri. While he did that, he still has not answered key questions that were raised by Eknath Shinde in a letter in which there were co-signatories, 34 MLAs. We will now go to Piyush, who is in Assam, in Guwahati. Piyush, what is the next step? I believe there was a meeting that was ongoing of Eknath Shinde and all his MLAs. Are we expecting even more MLAs to come? Because we have been told that they are on their way by someone in the camp, Mr. Deepak Kesarkar, who is also part of the faction there at the Eknath Shinde camp. Are there more MLAs expected, and what is their next move? When will they likely prove their strength?
Well, it's important to understand the number of MLAs who are supporting Eknath Shinde. 42 MLAs are there with Eknath Shinde, and these MLAs are not only from Shiv Sena, but independent MLAs are also there who have extended their complete support to Eknath Shinde. What we are given to understand is that he still needs the support of some Shiv Sena MLAs, and that is why few MLAs are also reportedly flying to Guwahati. Out of these 42 MLAs, 35 we are learning are from Shiv.
हमारे साथ आ जाएंगे जी, कूद कर आ जाएंगे, कूद कर। अच्छा, आपने देखा तो विधायकों की कहानी जोर जबरदस्ती से लेकर गए, हमारा उनके साथ कम्युनिकेशन हो रहा है, आए लीगल बैटल भी चलेगा। बहुत बड़ी गलती लोगों ने की है, उनकी सदस्यता खतरे में है वो लोगों की, अब उनको मालूम नहीं। दूसरी बात है, अगर वो चाहते हैं कि महाविकास आघाड़ी से हमको बाहर जाना है तो ये बहाना है। ये बात आप हमारे सामने आकर भी कह सकते हो। यहाँ से भागकर किसी स्टेट में जाते हो, बीजेपी आपका कब्जा लेती है, ईडी सीबीआई का डराकर धमकाकर, हाँ, आपके ऊपर बंदूकें लगाकर हमारे खिलाफ लेटर लिखवाती है। ये जो है उससे शिवसेना न झुकने वाली है न डरने वाली। ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा भाई? सत्ता जाएगी, हाँ, और क्या होगा? वापस सत्ता आएगी।
महाविकास आघाड़ी ने बाहर जाने को तैयार है। महाविकास आघाड़ी के वो लोग कह रहे हैं कि बाहर जाना चाहिए, तो क्या अगर वो ये कहते हैं तो आप लोग तैयार हो जाएंगे?
आने दो, सामने बैठने दो, सामने आकर बात करने दो। हिम्मत है तो आइए।
नहीं, अगर वो लोग बाहर जाने की बात कर रहे हैं तो क्या अगर वो आप लोगों को कन्विंस करते हैं तो बाहर जाने का
ऐसा है कि हम उनकी बात तो सुन लेंगे। अगर पार्टी में एक मत बनता है उस बारे में जरूर हम निर्णय लेंगे।
तो मतलब अगर मत बनता है तो वो तो ये देखिए, संजय राउत ने बात कही है कि अगर पार्टी में मत बनता है।
Heard Sanjay Raut once again, he repeated the same remark that he had made yesterday. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा? सत्ता जाएगी, सत्ता वापस आती है. So at maximum what will happen? We will lose power, power returns. And so that was once again Sanjay Raut reiterating, but it was a more combative statement. You heard him trying to impute a BJP hand behind all of these events, behind the 40 plus MLAs who are with Eknath Shinde. purportedly the BJP is making them write their letters. And he has once again, in other words, reiterated what Uddhav Thackeray said yesterday evening, which is that someone should come before him directly face to face and ask him to resign or air their grievances. We have Priyanka, who is reporting from there right now, and I'd like to go across to her. Priyanka, this is the second time we have heard Sanjay Raut speaking in the space of an hour, and once again he has repeated this claim. So he is still open to the possibility that they could lose power, but he is alleging a BJP hand in this. How do you read it?
Well, that's right, Ankit. It's interesting to note the kind of change in statements of Sanjay Raut that is also happening, and the kind of flip-flop that's also happening with respect to the Shiv Sena leaders. Because we have seen Uddhav Thackeray, in fact, making an emotional appeal, saying that the MLAs are rebelling against the party. It's also embarrassing as well. Now, these are some of the statements that had come to light yesterday. And today, Sanjay Raut, since morning, in fact, we have seen the kind of change in the kind of tone and demeanor of the Shiv Sena leaders, including Sanjay Raut, who has now come out and said that there is absolutely nothing wrong that is going on in Shiv Sena, and the 21 MLAs that are in Guwahati right now, out of the 40 plus MLAs, 21 MLAs are in touch with Sanjay Raut and Uddhav Thackeray as well, which is why Sanjay Raut trying to put up a face of calm, put up a face of, that there is absolute unity in Shiv Sena, in the MVA government as well. Now, this is the messaging that was trying to be set across in this press conference that we just attended of the MLAs as well. And now let's talk about the MLAs, because we have seen that the MLAs also coming out and clarifying and stating that they had been kidnapped by Eknath Shinde and had been taken to Gujarat, then had been taken to Guwahati. But now we are seeing that Eknath Shinde had stated that they had come voluntarily by themselves and nobody had been forced. But this is the messaging that Shiv Sena wants to give across, that the MLAs that are there, it is not about the numbers, but 21 out of the 40 plus MLAs that are there that are still in touch with Shiv Sena. They're trying to say that there will be no decision that will be taken by the MVA government till these MLAs come back to Mumbai, and only then there will be some kind of decision that will be taken. There will be a meeting that will be carried out with all of these MLAs that had been taken to Guwahati as well, since they are claiming that these MLAs are not there by their own will. However, Eknath Shinde has also sent out several, these pictures that have come to light from Guwahati, from inside of this resort, where we can see all of the MLAs along with Eknath Shinde posing for a group picture, posing and smiling with the group pictures, and also welcoming these more and more MLAs that are landing in Guwahati.